Henry McClure live out here at 49th Street and Winger Road. And this is where it all began for me. Hello. Howdy. So when I first came back to Topeka, Dana Kay and Sue Anderson had this land. Dana bought it from Jerry Whitmer. Dana's philosophy was if a steak in New York City costs $100 and I could buy an acre of land in Kansas, that's what I'm going to do. So I had from the Happy Bassett today all the way down to here under a development agreement. And this is the Commerce Park. In fact, the citizens of Topeka own that land, but it's in the title. It's under the title of Go Topeka, which that needs to be taken away. For a lack of a better place to say today, that can go right in the land bank. The county won't take land back because they might have to mow something. And that's why they don't put all the vacant lots for sale that owe back taxes. It's like owning a shoe store and only putting out half your stock, half your shoes. But that's another day, another analogy. But imagine having there was a call for shovel-ready land, because originally that's what the sales tax was for. We needed shovel-ready land. We needed hard surfaces. We needed utilities to the site. And it was to provide infrastructure to make land shovel-ready. It wasn't to sign a lease for $3 million to put Go Topeka in business and renovate a personal guy's building for $7 million. That was not what this originally was for. And so imagine having almost 200 acres under development agreement and you don't know any of the leads that come in. Doug Kinzinger controlled all the leads. And who really knew what was going on back then? I couldn't get 49th Street paved. Ask Joe Ledbetter about it. Back when Joe Ledbetter used to call Mel Chapman out by name for the bridge. And Joe used to have some very colorful comments. So we're going back 23 years. But they've never sold this land. They've never, think about it. In the name of economic development and to broaden the tax base, buy a bunch of land and take it off the tax rolls. But that's Topeka, Kansas. So if you ever think that I've got some resentments about the way Go Topeka operates and the chamber as co-conspirators operate, it all started right here. And if you were in the real estate business, in the commercial real estate business, and you had 200 acres and you didn't know really, because, hey, if you wanted economic development help, you had to go Topeka. And then they could pick and choose. And it's very mystical that I never got a lead from them once. But I'll tell you, 2 weeks after my contract expired with Wilsey, Frito-Lay walks into Dick May's office over at Coldwell Banker. Hey, is Henry out of the deal? Yeah, well, they did the deal. And eventually, the Happy Basset just moved on its own. And finally I sold, or Dana K, we sold this land. But we've got to get zero for economic development, because economic development in this city has gone completely off the rails. If you think putting money into the AT&T building is a good idea, well, you're wrong. And if you do, you're a Spencer Duncan voter. Because we've got to take that $5 million a year and start putting it into roads. Look how nice the roads are out here. But Kinzinger was hell-bent on not paving 49th Street and working from 53rd Street north. And I wanted this paved. In fact, we even did a break and access study. You can have a interchange here. But we've done it wrong for too long. Time to pivot. Economic development is going to be firehouses. We can't afford to lose firehouses. You know, Dr. Perez is going to need to look into the water department. A lot of people say it's top heavy. Hey, I was looking at my water bill, $115, and like the consumption was $10 and the wastewater was $15. It costs more to give clean water than to give them dirty water back. And that may be fair, I don't know. But why am I paying a ready to serve for both those? There again, that's another day, but economic development is going to be roads that look like this, fire safety. I mean, we put $9.5 million into the AT&T building at the risk of making our community, you know, have fires. It just shows you. It's like, I'll use a historical analogy. Rome is burning and Nero is fiddling. But we're really on fire with where we put our money. And the hotel, the NGOs, and take it for a man who's lived it.